I'm just taking off the top. Just taking off the top, so sander will do the rest of the work. Right, here we go. A little mini palm sander, and I want to put some relatively fine paper on there. Okay, it's going to get noisy. Put the towel down in between the bit of wood and the veneer just to make sure it doesn't scratch. Should have done that straight away, but it's alright. It's okay, but you never know. It might get knackered. Okay, there we go. I'm going to just take back the finish just a little bit everywhere else. So it will be going back on again, but I just want it to go on nice and evenly. That's nice and smooth. Now, I could keep sanding and get rid of this. This is where the sun has been hidden away by the tuners. And so it has kind of like the sun has coloured this wood. I could keep sanding that back to get rid of that. Okay, well I'm going to carry on the rest of it by hand, and I'll be switching off the camera, get it out of the way, just so I can see what I'm doing. I know I want to try and show you everything, but sometimes the work kind of takes priority. I need to get in and see what I'm doing. I don't want a flipping camera in the way. Anyway, come back to you later. Okay, so the time has come to get this puppy back together again. As you can see, the back now has a really nice finish. A lot better than just the plain chipboard finish. So that's pretty good, not bad. I could do with a little bit more polishing along the sides here, but that doesn't stop me getting it back together again. This is the sort of thing we'll just keep polishing in with age, I would imagine. Anyway, let's start off. One tiny thing I need to sort out first of all. There's a couple of little holes there where I had the guitar body mounted to paint the back. Well, paint it, you know, coat it. So this is just cosmetics, really. Dab of super glue. little bit of powder paint. What the powder paint does is it helps react with the super glue to harden it. There you go. It is gone. Just go over the blade just to make sure. Because obviously as you screw into this, or any wood, it will pull these edges up and create like a little crater. So as you can see, I'm just smoothing that out. There we go. Alright, so I have the pickguard all ready to go in to install. Just one quick note, I've just put a little bit of insulation tape over these connections just in case they short out when they touch the copper bottom. You know, it's just a precautionary measure. They should be fine. I've tied up the cable and the loose cables so it's all just nice and neat. And I've got a ground wire that I'm just going to solder to the copper. Again, this is just it's not necessary, but it can't hurt. So I'm just going to pop a couple of 3 or 4 screws in just to hold this in place. Because I will want to check the electrical connections just to make sure that's all right before I continue screwing it all together. Let's plonk the bridge plate in. Might as well. Now I'm not going to set this bridge up floating. It's going to be relatively hard-tailed. As you see, I've still got to put the saddles back on, but now some of the more observant of you will spotted, if your eyes are that good, that one of these screw heads that's holding the switch in place is slightly bigger than the other. Now, the reason for that is, I'm sure this isn't going to focus, but that was one of the screw heads and it's pretty gnarled. So I wanted to replace it. But the funny thing is just going through a bucket of bolts and things, because this is a threaded one as opposed to a self-tapping screw that you get in some switches. This is threaded, and that was the only one that I could find that had the same thread, which is a bit annoying. So when I pack this up, I will be including the gnarly screw in case the different size of screw heads really annoys this new owner. And you never know, he might have a bucket of bucket screws that you might find a matching pair. This is going to the United States, so this has come from the United States, well, probably through Indonesia or China or somewhere like that, but it's going to the United States, and maybe they have more of those kind of screws than we do around here. Right, there we go. What was I doing? Right, okay. Okay, I need to lengthen that. And let's just check that the other wires come out the other side for the claw. Yep. Now, there's never any harm in just putting a rag between your tools and the guitar body or whatever it is you're working on. I think these are currently going in there. Going in too much of an angle. So I'm going to want to re-drill those pilot holes. Because, yeah, like I say, don't forget this was just for the experiment. This was not for a finished guitar, and I think I just pretty much hard-tailed it anyway. Okay, so I've got some barbecue skewers. In the same way as you can use cocktail sticks to fill holes, you can use barbecue skewers. They're just larger size, larger diameter. So I'll just get a bit of wood glue around there. Tap that in. Just helps if you've got a little bit of a point before you drive it in. Right, well, I'm not going to fiddle much there until that glue's gone off. Let me show you my long drill. Here's my long drill, a long drill. I might make another long drill, the right size for this. This is just what we call in the UK K&S brass. It's just model making brass with the drill bit hammered in, or the brass hammered into the screw, whichever way you want to look at it. This is quite short. I mean, the K&S comes like that long. So I'll see what drill bit I've got and matching bit of K&S, and I'll make one that I can come in at a nice long angle. It's going to be useful anyway, so I can keep that to one side. Good for drilling. Holes for pickups, pickup wiring and the like. I just need to find something that's kind of like the right size for the drill bit I want to put in. Probably as like a 3mm drill bit. So I need to find a bit of brass that's got a 3mm-ish diameter hole. Right, so it's not going to get finished tonight because I want that to go off. I'm just going to give the inside a bit of a clean. Best way of doing that is just popping the plug off. There we go. Nice and shiny. Apart from my phone trying to join in, that's relatively successful. Oh my god. Right, pull that out. Shut up. Okay, so what's left to install? I've got to install the saddles. Put the rest of the screws in, assuming that it's all okay. It seems okay. And get the neck on. Obviously I've got to do the claw on the other side. What should we do? Should we put the neck on? Let's put the neck on. Let's clear some space. It's starting to look like a guitar again. Let's hope it hope it all strings up right.